Welcome to Your Vocal Evolution, the show where every week you'll get actionable tips in vocal technique, artistry, health, and more, all in 10 minutes or less. I'm your host, voice professional, and Evolve Vocal Studio founder, Amber Maugh Kathy. Your best voice is just a tip away, so let's start evolving. Hello, singers, and welcome back to Your Vocal Evolution Tips in 10 with me, Amber Maugh Kathy. And I am excited to jump right into this episode. And one of the reasons I'm excited is that the topic came from one of you, somebody actually watching and listening and following along on YouTube, which can I just say to all of you listening right now, thank you so much. It means so much that you care, that you're taking the time to listen. I sure hope it's helpful. If you do find this helpful, I would love it if you could leave me a review. I would love it if you could share it with another singer, anybody else that you think would find value in it. It would be so helpful. So this request came from one of you. Keep those requests coming. Leave me a comment, DM me, let me know what you want to learn more about. And the person who requested this, they wanted to know if I had any tips or any visuals or any cues that they could use to help them work more effectively with their voice instead of against it. And specifically, they talked about with connecting their registers. And they had no idea that they're asking me one of my favorite things ever, because this is a tip that it's probably my number one. No, I'm backtracking. It's not probably. It's my number one vocal tip for all singers. And the reason I love it so much is it's so simplistic, and yet it's so incredibly powerful, and it can be used for so many things to make your singing sound better and feel easier. And those are always the two things I'm looking for. How can I make this feel as good as possible, feel as consistent, feel as easy, as effortless? You can do it over and over again while sounding better than ever, right? That's the goal for all of us. So before I jump into this tip, let me share just a little bit of anatomy that will really help you see why this tip is so beneficial. So I just want to talk really quickly about the basics of your vocal folds. You have two vocal folds. They vibrate and connect to make sound. They're housed right here in your larynx. I'm going to talk about size in regards to American currency. All of my friends and listeners and all of you in other places, I apologize. Please find your equivalent. I'm sorry I don't know them all, but the vocal folds are tiny. A child's vocal folds about the length of a dime. A typical female's vocal folds anywhere from the length of a penny to a nickel in US currency, and male vocal folds anywhere from the length of a nickel to quarter maximum. Not very long, you guys. Housed right here in the larynx, the vocal folds lie horizontally. All that happens is they close to make sound. They vibrate and connect to make sound. When you sing higher pitches, they thin out and stretch. They lengthen and thin out. When you sing lower pitches, they thicken up and shorten. That is it. And the reason why that's important is when we know the actual size of our vocal folds, number one, not very big, you guys. They're tiny. And then the fact that they cannot move up and down, there is no up and down movement. All they do is thin out and thicken up. The reason why I find this so helpful on so many levels is, let's say we're talking about connecting registers and we're going from a low part of a song to a seemingly high part of a song, where it sure sounds like a big jump. It could be a 2-octave jump, but if you go to the size of our vocal folds, all those pitches are like next door neighbors. So number one, that helps a lot, I think, to think about from an actual functional, biological standpoint. All that's happening for a 2-octave jump is a little bit of thinning out or a little bit of thickening up. There is no big jump up or big jump down. The vocal folds cannot move that way. So when we think, oh, I got to get up there, and here come all these muscles tensing up, oh, I got to get down there, and we tuck the chin, our vocal folds can't move up and down. So we send that signal to the body, and the vocal folds are like, I can't do it. So all that happens is all these surrounding muscles, these extrinsic muscles, the neck, the jaw, the tongue, the shoulders, they all start to tighten to try and help. They're not helping. They're making it all a lot more difficult. So the cue that I find so helpful for the, I don't want to overhype it. So to not overhype it, let me just say, if you don't already know this tip, your world's about to be changed. Your vocal world is about to be changed. The cue for this, the visual, and I find not just a visual, but the physical movement that goes along with it, is anything you are singing. The highest note in your range, the lowest note in your range, they are right in front of you. Everything is a straight line in front of you. So what I mean by that is, number one, our vocal folds cannot move up and down, right? It all functions on this kind of level playing field. So if I'm moving my hand in a straight line, that desire, that want, subconscious or conscious, to pull up or push down goes away. My body goes along with, my brain goes along with what my body is doing. Straight connected line in front of me. Also, that straight connected line takes us away from thinking, oh, here comes a big jump. Nope, there are no big jumps. The other thing that's so great about it, a great tool that I like to remember, is I don't care if you are singing unbelievably whisper quiet or if you are belting the roof off. We are always communicating to someone. So what I love about the straight line in front of you when you're singing is that you are then thinking about that sound being communicated to your audience, whether that audience is a microphone in front of you, whether that audience is an auditorium of 10,000 people. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you guys, I know I get spazzy excited about this. When this person asked me to cover this, I was like, oh, it's like my birthday. You guys don't even know how much I love it. And I love it so much because I see it add ease, better sound, more control, less strain to singer after singer after singer. So try it. You're going to do this big jump, or you're going to sing, a really difficult riff or a run. When you are working on that riff or run and you're trying to learn the pitches, absolutely. We want to break it down and think about the pitches individually, right? Knock all those out, run it through until we get them locked in. When it's locked in, you are going to find your riffs and your runs are so much better if you think about them as a straight connected line. There is no more up and down. It will connect so much easier. You'll get more of that kind of easy, effortless flow. So the phrase as well, right? When we're communicating to somebody, we want that phrase to go somewhere. So straight line in front of us. Our breath that fuels our sound. We want that breath moving, straight line in front of us. It's good for connecting your registers. It's good for taking away that feeling, like I said, conscious or subconscious, that we've got these big jumps in our voice and things are moving up and down and we really need to manipulate at the vocal fold level. That's not going to help anything, guys. It's just going to make it harder. Everything's a straight connected line in front of us. The absolute highest note in our range, right in front of us. The absolute lowest note in our range, right in front of us. Why right in front of us? Because we are always communicating to someone. We also want our resonance, that sound, that energy, that yummy vocal tone right in front of us. That forward resonance popping right out of the mouth. That breath, we want it to fuel the sound moving us forward. The phrase, we want it to go somewhere. Straight line in front of you. You guys, this tip, it does so much. Like I said, it seems so simplistic. Try it out. Do me a favor. Play with it in your own voice, whether you're doing a vocal exercise that's got a big range, whether you're doing a riff or a run, whether you're wanting to lock your resonance in more, whatever it is, whether you're wanting that breath to support what you're singing right to the end of the phrase, try that straight line in front of you, visual and physical movement. Let me know how it goes for you. I'd be so excited. I'm telling you, I watch it and hear it be so successful with singer after singer, and I use it every single day myself. So thank you for the person asking for this. I hope this is helpful for you guys. Thank you for being here. If you're finding this helpful, I would love it if you could leave a review, if you could share this with a friend. If you're interested in working with me, learning how I and/or Evolve Vocal Studio can help support you in reaching your vocal goals, finding your best voice, your most confident, connected, consistent sound, check out the different links in the show notes about our Vocal Pro membership, about our Erase Your Break course, about one-on-one coaching and lessons. I'd love, and we would love to help you. Thanks so much for being here, and I can't wait to connect with you again at next week's episode. Happy singing!